kill yourself because you are not yet where you should be. Building takes time. The man that will thunder at the palace of Pharaoh must be ready to walk barefooted in the burning bush. It takes time to build. Stop envying people. Stop envying people. Don't try to be like anybody. God has a program for your life. Nobody knew me as a preacher. I got born again September 14, 1978, 36 years ago. I did not become an international preacher until about 10 years ago. It takes time. If you arrive suddenly, you will depart suddenly. Only grave diggers start from the top. Wait for your time. Don't get crushed. I'm not saying you should be complacent, not at all. But excuse me, don't kill yourself putting pressure on you because you want to ride today what you should ride tomorrow. If you ride what God expects you to ride in 10 years time today, you will crawl in 10 years time, because there will be no future waiting for you. Don't mix anything. Don't compromise with your Christianity, all in the name of prosperity. God has a way. He comes late when he wants to come big. God is coming. He's coming. Don't envy anybody. We have stories to tell you. There was a time in my life and my husband's life when we had only one pair of shoes per year. I didn't say per month, per year. There was a time when if I came visiting you or my husband came to your house, in those days, you must look for a slopey place to park our car. Because we needed to bind and loose. You know those cars, you bind the devil. And the devil says, I don't even know the address of your house. In Jesus' name, Jesus, check. And you know, the car will be speaking in tongues. You know, that was a phase in our lives. I can't be praying for cars now. I can't. Time is the language of building. In Exodus chapter 3 verse 2, Exodus 2, and the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush, and he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. That's Moses. You can't get to the palace, Pharaoh's palace, if you're not ready to walk barefooted in the burning bush. Have you noticed that life teaches us lesson? Why is it that you are born as an adult? Why? Because God is speaking to you the language of building time. Can I remind someone in this service today, please, in case you have forgotten, you are a human being. Not a human being. You are a human being. B-E-I-S capacity. That is 10. Have to date car. Yeah. It says it speaks. It's time. In what we're talking about. And to say it, if you know time and no strength for the battles of tomorrow, hold on, sweetheart, don't give up. It takes time. God is processing you. God is, building you up. Can I say this? I stand to be corrected. There are some weaknesses in your life that you can never overcome. This looks funny, but I'm going to explain to you. There are some weaknesses in your life that God will never remove. God will only give you the wisdom to manage it. Moses said to the Lord, I am a stammerer. There is nowhere where God healed him. He just had to manage it. So don't kill yourself because you made a mistake. Each time I make a mistake, I don't deliberately sin against God, whether in public or in private. I try with the power of the Holy Spirit to live a holy and righteous life. I don't want to do anything that if the tape has to be played, I'll be ashamed, as the Lord helps me. But each time I happen to make a mistake, it reminds me that I am still a human. It reminds me that of my humanity. Forgive yourself and move on. A lot of homes are in problems today because the woman cannot forgive the man. Why are you crying? Don't you know today's date? What's today's date? Today is April 27th, and so exactly 3 years ago, April 27th, you slept with that secretary. It is the anniversary of your adultery. My dear, forgive. In my village, they say if you don't forgive the matter of yesterday, there will be nobody to play with today. Is it because people are not telling you their stories? The person sitting closest to you in church, if we should play the videotape of that person's life, you will know your own as small. Move on. Forgive people. Forgive yourself. The devil tells you, look at you, you are aborted 7 times before you were born again. That's why you don't have a child. Said the devil, shut up. God does not consult my past to determine my future. If you were married as a virgin, it's a privilege for you. We thank God for you. But excuse me, some people lost their virginity not because they wanted to lose it, and that does not make them small or inferior. It doesn't. Why must the devil keep on hammering on your sin? You keep pulling your sin out from under the blood cover. Leave it there and face the front and live your life. God is working on you. Don't give up on me yet, because you don't know where God is taking me. I lived with my uncle for 10 years. He got married while I was living with him. He treated me very well. I thought when the wife arrives, she will maltreat me. She didn't. So 2 or 3 years ago, I said to my husband, all the Bonvita and all the soap that my uncle bought while I was in secondary school, I want to make sure he doesn't finish eating. I want to make sure he doesn't finish drinking. I want to make sure he will never recover. So let's build him a house. Took some money, built him a house. And then I said to my husband, if this man and his wife have a house, they shouldn't be trekking as tenants. As landlords. So let's get him a car. And then bought him a car and his wife. And I said to the wife, God saved you that you didn't treat me badly. Every Mordecai hearing me today, treat your Esther very well, because you don't know what your Esther can become. Time sometimes hides greatness. That we are sitting on the same seat in church does not matter. The present first lady